Now, Greg, you did the ultimate sin. You asked a
Hang on,
retired
Mike.
Marine.
Mike, hang on.
All right. We on YouTube? Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
We ready now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I'd like to call this meeting of the Festus City Council to order. Roll call, please.
Councilman Boyer.
Here.
Councilman Underwood. Councilman Wilkie. Councilman Weiner.
Here.
Councilman Dennis.
Here.
Councilman Venz.
Here.
Councilman Cook.
Here.
Councilman Tinnen.
Here.
We do have a quorum. Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you very much. Please have a seat. Approval of the consent agenda. Tonight for bills, we have a total of $83,926.69. Is there any correspondence?
No, sir.
I need a motion to approve the consent agenda.
So moved.
Second.
Motion's been made. Did I have a second?
Councilman Boyer.
Motion's been made and seconded. Roll call, please.
Councilman Weiner.
Yes.
Councilman Dennis.
Yes.
Councilman Venz.
Yes.
Councilman Cook.
Yes.
Councilman Tinnen.
Yes.
Councilman Boyer.
Yes.
Motion passes. Consent agenda is approved. Remarks of visitors?
We have none.
We'll go right to bids. Police Department has a bid for tasers. Can I have a report? Captain?
Yes, we put in for 6 new tasers with this year's budget. We'd like to go ahead and purchase those. It is a vendor-specific bid. Tasers, the Axon Enterprise is the only one that makes our tasers that we carry. Asking for 6 of them. 3 of them are going to replace outdated ones, and 3 of them will add to what we have available to our officers. And the bid for it was $9,585, and I believe we had $9,600 budgeted for this.
Okay. Any discussion?
Captain, I have one quick question. I
Yes.
picked up on something. Do our officers share tasers, or does each officer have their own assigned taser?
Each officer that is certified to carry one has their own taser.
Thank you, sir.
Is there any other discussion? If not, I'll entertain a motion to buy 6 tasers for $9,585 from Axon Enterprises, Inc.
So moved.
Motion's been made and seconded. Roll call, please.
Councilman Dennis.
Yes.
Councilman Venz.
Yes.
Councilman Cook.
Yes.
Councilman Tinnen.
Yes.
Councilman Boyer.
Yes.
Councilman Weiner.
Yes.
Motion passes. Captain, buy the tasers. Tonight, we have Bill 4606 on the agenda. Would the city administrator please read the bill for the first time?
Bill number 4606, an ordinance of the City Council of the City of Festus, Missouri, authorizing the mayor to enter into and execute a second amendment and renewal agreement with FW Disposal South LLC, incorporating said agreement as a part of this ordinance and establishing an effective date.
Discussion.
Sir, just so for all that are on the call, we do have Ben and Linda from Waste Connections to answer any of your questions. They got with me here a couple of months ago, and we sat down and talked about, I think, what a fine partner they've been as far as trash and recycling is concerned with the city, the responsiveness they are to the community and the services they provide. They did ask for an increase a little higher than what is in the proposal here. We settled on what was a 5% increase in services. That keeps us under $14. If you look on the last page of the proposal that comes with the ordinance, you'll see that that's still well below what all of the other area communities are receiving. So I think it's a very fair and reasonable request. And again, they haven't asked for a request or taken a increase in cost of services since this agreement's been in place this last 3 years.
I just have one comment to make. I think Progressive has done a great job with everything. With everything in the past here, I have one small suggestion. And down on Main Street, we have a hodgepodge of different carriers down there, and there's no recycling. And if there would be any way for greater minds than mine to come up with a plan so that there could be recycling and an integrated disposal plan, I would deeply appreciate it. And if Progressive could come up with something along those lines, I think it would be a benefit to the city. Thank you.
Hey, Greg, are you guys having all problems with your screen too? Somebody's got control and.
No, we were sharing the ordinance on the screen, but we'll take that down.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, I was having the same thing too.
I have a question. Were you speaking to all the commercial containers on Main Street to maybe do something to where we could put together some like the all city wide commercial bid?
So right now we have probably 3 or 4 different disposal services down there. And that's one part of the city that does not have any recycling at this current time. So if, like I said, greater minds than mine, but the idea would hopefully be that there could be some recycling down there. And perhaps if, just as an idea, if your company were to be the sole company down there, perhaps, there could be efficiency and rates or something, I don't know, but it's just an idea. And if your company could, if you have ideas with that, I would appreciate your input, put it that way.
You want to go, Ben? That's something we'd definitely be excited about.
Yeah, I think there's definitely opportunities down there. It's a, I know what you're saying down there. There's all the different trucks that are coming and going. That's something we could definitely look at and sit down with Greg and maybe kind of come up with a plan. The hard part is going to be getting the businesses involved because they have, individual contracts with each of the, different companies. So, but it's definitely something that we can look at. And we would love that idea to be the only provider down there, or maybe find a community area, central location. I mean, definitely something we could look at and probably come up with some solutions.
Okay, very good. I mean, it's just been a hodgepodge down there, and there really has not been any organization. So anything that you could lend an input to, I would deeply appreciate.
Yeah, we could do some looking down there, just see, how many businesses. I know we have probably the majority down there, but there are quite a few competitors in that area too. So definitely something we could look at and, maybe put some ideas, talk with Greg and, maybe come up with a plan and just see if we can get some buy-in from some of those businesses.
Very good. Thank you, sir.
Absolutely.
Is there any other discussion?
Hey, Ben, this is Bobby.
What's
On
up,
the-
Bobby?
How you doing, sir? How you doing, bud? Hey, on the yard waste that you guys pick up over there on Ridge,
Yes.
that gets filled up fast.
Oh, yes.
How often do you guys pick that up? And what do we have to do to increase it? Or, I mean, because I'm over there a lot and I see it's overflowing all the time.
So currently the contract that we have in place it's actually only for one dumpster. And if you notice, we have two dumpsters over there, 2 40-yard dumpsters.
Right.
So, we're kind of going above and beyond, but the way it works is we have those scheduled every Wednesday. Or Thursday. Every Thursday, those are scheduled to be picked up, both yard waste boxes. And then if there's more service needed, that's where the city calls us, and then we work, on additional services that way. Like right now, they called us today. They're scheduled, both of them are getting hauled tomorrow.
I mean, we are getting amount of people, seems like, overloading those things up, and it's like we can't empty them fast enough, from what I understand.
Yeah,
And in deference to Ben, I mean, the job that they did with recognizing that we were blowing one 40-yarder out.
Oh, yeah.
To bring in a second one, when I say they've been a good partner, that's one of the things they've done. And picking those up weekly, I mean, you're talking 80 yards of yard waste weekly. I don't know if there's more that we could do other than, I mean, if you make it 120 yards, I think they'll still fill it.
I mean, it seems like certain times of the year busier than others. So I guess that's what we need to look at is maybe the fall, we need to probably somehow do something to do more. I mean, even spring. And the other times I think calm down, but I think it's getting so overloaded. It's so trashy looking. A lot of people have complained about it, and they're just dropping excessive amounts off and leaving it, and everybody else got to fend to pick it up and make it look nice. And so I'm not saying all year round, but maybe what can we do maybe to help out? If we got to pay something for an extra services or two at certain times of the year, I guess is what I need. I guess we need to look at how much more would it be.
Yeah, and Bobby, we kind of have that set up where we can do additional hauls there, but the cost is pretty minimum. That we've worked in the past, it's been like $100 for an extra haul over there, which is way low compared to what we would normally charge for a roll off. But I think the biggest problem over there are just, I can't prove this, but I think you got a lot of landscapers, etc., show up. A trailer full of, we get like full trees, etc., that they're dropping in there. And, you put a big old tree in there, that it's going to take up a whole lot of room.
Yeah, I know. I mean, we always going to have people abuse it, unfortunately. And I mean, that's the sad thing about it. But like I said, I was just trying to make it, I mean, it just gets to be kind of a sore sight, I guess, looking at it like we have to look at it. And so it's just a suggestion, what we could possibly do maybe if we have to increase it at certain time of the years.
Greg, maybe we can have the guy that runs the backhoe go over there and kind of clean up and crush it down every now and then.
We do that when it gets really bad. Alan's really good about keeping an eye on it.
Yes, he is.
At the same time, if he sees people that aren't supposed to be there.
Yeah.
So it's a great service. It's been widely used, especially since everybody had a lot of extra time on their hands to work on their yards.
That was a lot of it.
Ben and I think Ben can tell you that the volume they've seen is just mind blowing compared to what you would normally see in yard waste and obviously residential waste and recycling too. So maybe when things get a little bit closer to normal, but I don't think there's anything wrong with us, obviously asking that if it gets particularly bad, that we see if we can't get an extra pickup and take a look at it that way too.
Yep.
Gentlemen, this is something that we can look into. For the time being, we need to proceed with Bill 4606. Is there any other discussion? Hearing none, do I have a motion to suspend the rules and read Bill 4606 for the second time in title only?
So moved.
So moved.
Motion's been made and seconded. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Would the city administrator please read Bill 4606 for the second time?
Bill number 4606, an ordinance of the City Council of the City of Festus, Missouri, authorizing the mayor to enter into and execute a second amendment and renewal agreement with FW Disposal South LLC, incorporating said agreement as a part of this ordinance and establishing an effective date. Councilman Dennis,
Yes.
Councilman Venz,
Yes.
Councilman Cook,
Yes.
Councilman Tenen,
Yes.
Councilman Boyer,
Yes.
Councilman Weiner.
Yes.
Bill 4606 has passed. We also have Bill 4607 this evening. Would the city administrator please read Bill 4607 for the first time?
Bill number 4607, an ordinance of the City Council of the City of Festus, Missouri, establishing a traffic calming policy and establishing an effective date.
Staff report.
Gentlemen, as you may recall, this is as discussed at our last meeting. I did not get any additional feedback regarding this. Had some questions from a few of you. And I did want to make sure that I think the biggest part of this, the most important part of this, is this one gives the residents a blueprint to follow on how to ask for traffic problems in their neighborhood to be reviewed. And it also sets up a process for the city as well. So it blueprints it for them, but it also provides a blueprint for the city on implementing, obviously, data collection and involving the various departments that should have input on these types of procedures. I think it's comprehensively, I think it's going to work very well for us moving forward.
Is there any discussion?
Yes, sir. I'd like to just make the comment that I think it's really something that's needed. And rather than not have a policy or formula that can address all these different situations, I think that this traffic calming policy will be good for the citizens because, as Greg said, now they'll have a way to address their problem, and it'll be an organized way in which to do it. So I fully support this measure.
Is there any other discussion? Hearing none, do I have a motion to suspend the rules and read Bill 4607 for the second time in title only?
So moved.
Motion's been made and seconded. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All right.
All those opposed say nay. Hearing none, motion carries. Would the city administrator please read Bill 4607 for the second time?
Bill number 4607, an ordinance of the City Council of the City of Festus, Missouri, establishing a traffic calming policy and establishing an effective date. Councilman Venz,
Yes.
Councilman Cook,
Yes.
Councilman Tenen,
Yes.
Councilman Boyer,
Yes.
Councilman Weiner,
Yes.
and Councilman Dennis.
Yes.
Bill 4607 has passed. And also tonight, we have a resolution 4607 and a half on the agenda. Would the city administrator please read that resolution?
Resolution number 4607 and a half, a resolution of the City Council of the City of Festus, Missouri, amending Section 305 holidays of the Festus Employee Policy Handbook and establishing an effective date.
Staff report?
As discussed at our last meeting, council expressed the desire to add 2 additional holidays to the holiday schedule for employees, adding Truman's birthday and also, which is May 8th, and adding New Year's Eve, which is December 31st.
Starting as this year.
Would
Right.
start upon the enactment of the resolution. So New Year's Eve would be added to the schedule in this calendar year, yes.
Okay.
Is there any other discussion? May I have a motion to approve resolution 4607 and a half?
I'll make it a motion.
Second.
Motion's been made. Do I have a second?
Second.
Roll call, please.
Councilman Cook,
Yes.
Councilman Tinnen,
Yes.
Councilman Boyer,
Yes.
Councilman Weiner,
Yes.
Councilman Dennis,
You betcha.
and Councilman Venz.
Yes.
Resolution 4607 and a half has passed. And also tonight, we have Bill 4608 on the agenda. Would the city administrator please read Bill 4608 for the first time?
Bill number 4608, an ordinance of the City Council of the City of Festus, Missouri, approving the preliminary plat for the villas at Truman Bluff and establishing an effective date.
Staff report?
Well, gentlemen, if you have any questions regarding, I know Mark is on the call. Also Dan Govro with Govro Land Services, or at least, yeah, there's Mark. Just had to find you in the tile of faces, Mark. But any questions you may have, I know Mark or Dan would be happy to answer them for you. These, by the way, both these upcoming ordinances, 08 and 09, both passed unanimously through planning and zoning.
Dan, you're not trying to pull any fast ones, are you?
No, I would never do that. We just want to build some villas. They're badly needed.
I believe they are.
Hey, Greg, was there any objections at the P and Z meeting from citizens on this?
None that I'm aware of. Mark, did you?
No, there were no objections whatsoever.
Oh, sorry, Mark. I didn't realize you were on. I apologize.
That's all right.
So you're good to go with all this on, Mark?
Absolutely. Yep. It was
All right.
actually, this area was in the original Truman Village PUD designed for the villas. So
Yeah.
been set up for a long time and now proceeding forward.
I worked with Dan for a lot of years and he's done a good job. So I'm for it.
Thanks for trying.
Is there any other discussion? If not, do I have a motion to suspend the rules and read Bill 4608 for the second time in title only?
So
So
moved.
moved, sir.
Yes.
Motion's been made and seconded. All those in favor say aye.
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 All right.
All those opposed say nay. Hearing none, would the city administrator please read Bill 4608 for the second time?
Bill number 4608, an ordinance of the City Council of the City of Festus, Missouri, approving the preliminary plat for the villas at Truman Bluff and establishing an effective date. Councilman Tinnen.
Yes. I can't vote.
Councilman Tinnen, how would you vote on this?
I would vote yes, but I'm abstaining.
Okay. Councilman Boyer,
Yes.
Councilman Weiner,
Yes.
Councilman Dennis,
Absolutely.
Councilman Venz,
Yes.
and Councilman Cook.
Yep.
Bill 4608 has passed. And we also have Bill 4609 on the agenda. Would the city administrator please read that bill?
Bill number 4609, an ordinance of the City Council of the City of Festus, Missouri, approving the minor subdivision plat at 525 Lee Avenue and establishing an effective date.
Staff report.
I'm going to toss this one at Mark since we're lucky to have him on the call. This was a pretty just standard lot subdivision with no problems at P&Z.
That's correct. It's just a oversized lot with a existing home on the front, and they're splitting it east-west, creating a north and a south lot. Both lots meet all aspects of the zoning and city ordinances. Passed unanimously at P&Z in about 45 seconds.
Is there any other discussion? Hearing none, I'll entertain a motion to suspend the rules and read Bill 4609 for the second time in title only.
So moved.
Motion's been made and seconded. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say nay. Hearing none, the motion carries. Would the city administrator please read Bill 4609 for the second time?
Bill number 4609, an ordinance of the City Council of the City of Festus, Missouri, approving the minor subdivision plat at 525 Lee Avenue and establishing an effective date. Councilman Boyer,
Yes.
Councilman Weiner,
Yes.
Councilman Dennis,
Yes.
Councilman Venz,
Yes.
Councilman Cook,
Yes.
Councilman Tinnen.
Yes.
Bill 4609 has passed. New business,
None.
old business.
None.
Well, let's, Councilman Weiner, do you have anything to report?
Happy to see 3rd Street and 5th Street sidewalk projects progressing. They're looking really nice. I think it's going to be a nice, safe addition for the area. That's about all I have, sir.
All righty, thank you. Councilman Dennis?
Nothing. Attended the water meeting. I'm still learning. A lot going on. A lot of things getting fixed. Trying to increase the water to offset the wells. If I say it wrong, Matt, help me. But I was impressed. The guys know what they're doing at the plant, and they're on top of the next project. So I was pretty impressed with that. So still seeing a lot of big truck traffic flying through a highway. Seen another one today. If something would have happened, there would have been no stopping it. And it seems to be one company. I'm not going to say their name on air, but I'll probably try to get with Chief or Doug and talk to him about it and see maybe a little presence there. But I don't know what they're doing to where they're bringing a tractor trailer through there. What they're hauling, but man, they are in a hurry. So that's it, sir.
All righty, thank you, Councilman Dennis. Councilman Venz?
Have a happy Thanksgiving and see you sometime in December.
All righty. Councilman Tinnen?
Wishing everybody a happy Thanksgiving, and I have nothing. Everything's going pretty smooth.
All right, thank you, sir. Councilman Cook?
Just a couple of things real quick. Hey, Greg, could we have somebody check on, I got a few complaints over in Bailey Station on basketball goals in the street. A couple of cars have basketballs been hit by them, and if you can get somebody to look into that, I'd greatly appreciate it. And last but not least, I like the radio voice Greg has, but I miss Carrie because my pages in my packet wasn't numbered and it threw me off. Just totally messed me up. So it took me a good 20 minutes to kind of find my place and continue to move forward my packet. So,
Your pages are numbered electronically if you were using the electronic version.
well, unfortunately, I was reading the packet that was delivered, and
Understood.
even though
Understood.
when you read the ordinances, you got a booming radio voice, but boy, them numbers missing just threw me off. And have a safe Thanksgiving, and that's it. Thank you, guys.
Councilman Boyer.
Yes, I'm glad that we passed the resolution to give the employees Truman's birthday and New Year's Eve. I think they're well deserving of it. And Greg, I see where the section got tore out on the concrete over on South Mill Street, and all that was repaved, and it really looks good. That's going to get some people off my case. So that's good there. And I just want to say, everybody be safe out there with this COVID thing. It's a real deal, and I know I'm getting tired of wearing the mask as well, but it's something that we just gonna have to follow suit for a while, and hopefully this thing will be leaving the area. And wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving. We're going to be spending it at home, just me and my wife this year, and that's unusual, but it is what it is. So
Dave, you're not having 100 people over?
What's that?
You're not having 100 people over?
No, we sure are not. We usually got about 15 or 16, but we're having just the two of us this year. That's all I have, Mr. Mayor.
All righty, thank you. Gentlemen and ladies, there were 475 active cases in the county today. So I encourage, once again, everyone to wear masks, keep social distancing, and wash hands. This thing is not getting any better. It's getting worse, and we have to do our due diligence on ourselves and the employees to keep them wearing the masks so that nothing happens. Having said that, I would like to say that Greg, do you know who had the idea about putting Santa's mailbox out there at the Santa's house?
It was a group effort, sir. Barb and I were talking, and I know she's talking to a few other people as well. And I think one thing led to another, that we came up with the idea of the mailbox. And then the Friday sessions beginning in December, Santa will read those on this very YouTube channel that everyone's watching our meeting on right now. You can go to cityofestus.org/livestream, and Santa will read all the letters and show all the pictures that the kids put in the mailboxes, in the mailbox, I should say, which has been posted out in front of his house there at the corner of Main and Mill. So even though the kids won't get to visit with Santa, they will be able to write a letter to Santa, and Santa will read that here on the City of Festus's YouTube channel.
Kudos.
They did a great job. They did a great job putting that up. Yeah, they did a great job putting it up. I drove by one day, and I thought the Christmas spirit's back. We're back in the race here. So good job, man.
That was a good idea that you all had. I'd like to wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving. And I remember when I was a kid, writing a letter to Santa Claus, mailing it in the mail, and hoping for the best. So, with having said that, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
This meeting is adjourned. Have a
See
good
everybody.
Thanksgiving, everybody.
You
See y'all.
too.